channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm actually going to be starting a series here on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to try and upload Tuesdays and Fridays now that it is like basically officially summer. So for the next like 4 or 5 Friday uploads, I'm going to be doing this series. So check back on my channel on Fridays for this series, or subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So I'm going to be doing like a vacation series. I've had a lot of you guys ask me a lot of like random things kind of relating to like vacation kind of videos, like what to pack, what do I put in my carry-on bag, what kind of outfits do I wear on vacation, can you do a vacation lookbooks, where are your favorite places to go in LA, all these kind of like questions. So I had this idea and I'm just really excited about it. I think it'll be really helpful. I want to do it now since it is the beginning of the summer. So the first video to kick off the series is going to be all of my favorite places in LA. So clearly you can tell that from the thumbnail and title of the video. So as you guys know, I love LA. I love it so much. Like I've gone like almost every summer since I was like in 8th grade with my family. And I remember the first time I went, we mostly did like Hollywood and like the stars. And then, you know, over the last few years, we found so many more places to go to, and LA is so much more than Hollywood. Like obviously a lot of people go to see all of the Hollywood things, but there's so many amazing, great places outside of all those kind of basic places. So I wanted to make this video because it has taken a lot of trips out there to figure this out. So hopefully this can be helpful. If you live in LA, a lot of these places are probably gonna seem pretty basic, and they probably are pretty basic because I don't live there. I just travel there a lot and I love it. So these are kind of gonna be somewhat basic touristy places, but I feel like they're, for the average traveler, gonna be like less basic than what you would normally find to go to, if that makes any sense. I kind of have it broken down by like places to go, my favorite restaurants, beaches, shopping. So I'm gonna try and just kind of list them off very quickly. I'm gonna put it all in the description, but if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. Also, I just want to say really quickly before I get started, if you live in LA, feel free to, or if you go and travel to LA a lot, feel free to leave a comment and, you know, list off some more suggestions. I'm sure there's a million places that I haven't even been to and that I've left out. So I'm actually going to start off with the places to go because I feel like that's what most people watching this are going to care about. And then I'll kind of go into like the restaurants and food at the end because a lot of you guys might not really care about that. So, but I have a lot of good restaurants, so you really should stay tuned to the end. I've got like a huge list on my phone. Like literally this is why I have to go through it so quick because I've got a lot on here. Okay, so first off, I love 3rd Street Promenade. It is a fairly basic place since it's right next to Santa Monica, but it's a really good place. I always do this on my first day that I get there because it's really close to the airport. So 3rd Street Promenade and Santa Monica are a great place. 3rd Street Promenade is a really great shopping center. If you guys are like me and you love Brandy Melville, one of my favorite Brandy Melville stores is there. 3rd Street is really nice. There's lots of good restaurants and there's lots of good shopping, and you're like less than a mile away from Santa Monica, so you can easily just walk down to the beach. And then obviously the Santa Monica Pier has like roller coasters and a Ferris wheel and also like some good restaurants. So that's like a really nice place, especially if it's your first time out to LA. I feel like you kind of have to go to Santa Monica. Honestly, even though it is really crowded and a big touristy spot, I feel like it is one of those places that you have to go to because it is such a fun pier, and I love all the shopping at 3rd Street. Another one of my favorite places to go to is the Grove. I absolutely love the Grove. It's just a really, really nice kind of it's like a little more upscale than like 3rd Street. 3rd Street's more of just like, 3rd Street's really fun. There's like performers in the street, and there's just kind of like all kinds of like random shopping and restaurants. I feel like the Grove is like definitely like a step up from that. It's just really nice. There's a lot of like really nice kind of stores, and there's also a farmer's market there. So the Grove is a really fun place to spend your day. There's a Topshop there. Topshop is 2 stories and it's literally so amazing. There's so many good places to eat. I don't know, you have to go to the Grove. Next up is Abbot Kinney. So I actually just discovered this last time I went. It's between like Santa Monica and Venice. I think it's more kind of like towards Venice. But it's really nice. It's got some shopping, not like a ton, more just like kind of like little sort of random stores. Like there's a Danny Wellington store there, and just kind of like, not like your main stores, kind of just like tiny little random stores, if that makes sense. Abbot Kinney is just really nice. There's so many cute restaurants, and it's just like really chill. So if you're gonna be close to Venice, that's definitely like a place that you should definitely hit up. Melrose, again, probably kind of basic. They've got all the cute Instagram walls, like the Made in LA one in gray, the Angel Wings. They've got the big pink wall, the Paul Smith. If you're curious like where the pink one is, if you look up like Paul Smith on your phone, you can probably get directions there. There's just so many, like Melrose is like Instagram. Like it's like this like mile or 2 mile maybe stretch of just like Again, kind of like random stores and restaurants, and then all these like cute walls. But Melrose is definitely, if you're into Instagram, you have to stop there. Like, you literally have to. There's really good restaurants, like I said. Alfred and Earth are there, but I haven't gotten into the food yet, but I will talk about those. Both really cute, like aesthetic places with really good, I think Alfred's just like coffee and tea and like maybe pastries, but Earth is a really, really good lunch place. Earth is my favorite place in LA, which is like also kind of basic, but you know, I'm from Missouri, so for Missouri I'm not that basic, but for LA I'm definitely on the basic side. Next up is Griffith Observatory. I absolutely love Griffith Observatory. If you've seen La La Land, it's definitely like a must to go to. Like, you would know what it is if you saw La La Land. But it's an amazing view. It's really, 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 really high up. But once you get up there, it is such a beautiful view. Like, you get kind of like the view of the city like on one end, and then you can also see like all the Hollywood Hills and even the Hollywood sign like way back in the distance. But it's a really pretty place. Like I said, it's also free. Obviously it's observatory, so it's like a space museum. If you go, honestly, I would recommend going like right before or like around sunset, because it's a really good place to get like a really good sunset picture. And then also at night they have like a telescope out in the lawn, or at least they did when I went. I don't know if this is like a normal, usual thing. It was probably my favorite part of our trip that we went to like last year. Next up is LACMA. So that's the LA County Museum of Art. And honestly, like, I probably would like it more now because I've taken a couple art history classes, but when I went, it was just kind of where I live in Kansas City. We have a really, really nice museum here, and I never really thought it was that nice until I went to LACMA, and I was like, you know what, like, our Kansas City museum is actually really nice. Like, I feel like LACMA was just kind of, I don't know, I had really high expectations, thinking it was a little bit on the pricey side. It was just okay. But there are the really cool like light poles that you've definitely seen in outfit videos on YouTube. You've definitely probably seen it on Instagram. It's like literally just like a ton of light poles, and people always take pictures by them. That is at LACMA, but it's actually free, so it's just kind of like outside of the museum, so you can go to where the light poles are without actually paying admission for the museum. So honestly, I would recommend just going, taking cute pictures by the light poles, and maybe not going to the museum. I feel like there really wasn't anything that different from what like my museum had at home. Speaking of museums, there's also another museum called The Broad, and it has some really cool stuff. They have one of those like infinity light rooms, which is really cool. And then they've got a few pieces that I actually recognize from my art history class there as well. I've never actually been, but I might go this year. But yeah, I've heard really, really good things about The Broad, but I've never actually gone myself. Next up is the Museum of Ice Cream. It's really cool, and they have an entire pool of sprinkles, and I know there's like different rooms kind of based off of different kinds of like ice creams and themes, and I think you even get like a little sample of ice cream for each room that you go in. But it's really cool. It's very California themed. Like, there's a whole room of like, I think it's like their Venice room or something. It says like Venice, and there's like little like Hollywood stars everywhere, and I don't know, it's just really cute. It's like California themed, ice cream themed. I think the tickets, it's like really hard to get into, so you have to buy your tickets like super in advance, but definitely something to look into. Next up, and this is really basic, but I gotta mention it, especially if it's your first time to LA, Hollywood and Highland. Honestly, the last few times I've gone to LA, we haven't really gone. I just kind of went the first time I ever went to LA when I was like in middle school. We've never really gone back since, but it is cool. I mean, if you haven't been to LA before, you kind of have to go to it. Like, I feel like you just have to. But that's where all the like the Hollywood sign, you can see that there up in the distance. You can't really go up close to it. That's another thing. You can hike to the Hollywood sign. I've never done it. I know it's a pretty big, pretty long, far hike, but that's something you could do as well if you're into hiking, and my family's not very athletic or into nature, so I've never done that. But anyways, Hollywood and Highland, they have like the Hollywood sign, Chinese Man's Theater, all the like the stars, the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Honestly, if you go to Hollywood and Highland, you should definitely do the Wax Museum because it's really, really cool. I went a few years ago. I was really sick and my phone was dead, so I couldn't even take pictures, so and they added the One Direction wax figures like literally the week after I went. So Madame Tussauds Wax Museum is really cool. It's the best of the best as far as wax museums, and it's definitely really, really cool and definitely worth going to if you're going to be in that area on like your first time out to LA. Like, it really makes you like, it's just exciting to see Hollywood. Universal Studios, they have like their own amusement park. It's really cool. I actually really like Universal. I don't really like it quite as much as Disneyland, if I'm being honest, but it is cool. They have like the Harry Potter World, which when I went, it was just getting built, so there was like only a little bit of it, but I think they've expanded it. I think there's more now. There's also the Hollywood Backlot Tour, which is honestly like the best part of going to the Universal. Even if you're not into amusement parks, you can just go to the Universal City Walk, and there is like tons of shopping. I know there's like an Abercrombie and like random stores there, and there's tons of like food, restaurants. There's a ton of like souvenir shops. I've seen celebrities there before. I've seen Noah Cyrus a long time ago. Next up for my places to go list is Malibu. If you're gonna be in LA, Malibu is about, I want to say like 45 minutes or an hour away, probably more with traffic, I can't remember. I always sleep in the car, so I don't know. But definitely Malibu is beautiful. Like, you have to go to Malibu. It's just amazing. If you're in Malibu, the Malibu Country Mart and the Malibu Farm are both really, really popular, cool places to go to. Another fun place, West Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard. Definitely, like the last time I went, I think we just kind of drove by it, but there are a lot of cool like restaurants and places down there. You have a really good chance of bumping into a celebrity in West Hollywood because that's where a lot of the celebrities go. I did meet Louis Tomlinson there from One Direction. Literally, I was determined that trip. I was like, I'm gonna meet Louis, I'm gonna meet Louis, I'm gonna meet Louis, I'm gonna meet Louis. So I did meet him on my last day. I went to Starbucks, and 5 minutes after I went there, or like 5 minutes after I got there, Louis walked in, and I wasn't even surprised, honestly, because I just knew in my heart that I was gonna meet him that week. I don't know, I just did. It's hard to explain. That was really exciting. I have a whole separate video on that if you're interested in watching that, if you're curious how I met him. Next up, Runyon Canyon is a popular place. I'm sure you've heard about it. You are like almost guaranteed to see a celebrity if you go to Runyon Canyon, because it's where a lot of like celebrities go and work out. It's a huge like kind of like hiking trail. I know it's like really big and it's really intense, but yeah, it's really popular. So those are kind of like most of my places to go. Really quickly, I'm gonna touch on my favorite beaches in California. I didn't mention this, but like Disneyland, basic, but literally if you go to Disneyland, you have to go to Disney and California Adventure. And my number one tip, I vlogged last year whenever I was, so if you guys want to see like a lot of these places in action, feel free to check out my LA vlogs. I will also link those in the description because I went to most of these places when I went last year. But Disneyland, a lot of you guys asked. I rode every single ride in Disneyland like multiple times, and I'm gonna tell you really quickly how I did that. Okay, so whenever you go to Disney, you can buy this new thing called the Max Pass. It's $10 more to add on to your ticket, and you can just buy your ticket and then buy the Max Pass once you get into the park. Doesn't really matter. But it's $10, and you get fast passes electronically. So when you go to Disney, you can do fast passes with just your regular ticket, like without paying more. But the thing is, you have to like physically walk over to the rides. You're limited, and you only can get like a few within the day. If you buy the $10 Max Pass, you can do it on your phone electronically, which saves your feet, first of all. But you can make like a party on there. So like for me, I went with my whole family of 4, and then that was like our party. So I would say like, I want all 4 people in my party fast passes at Indiana Jones. While I'm waiting in line at Starbucks, I can book a fast pass to Indiana Jones, and it'll say like come back at 9 o'clock a.m. So then I'll go to do my fast pass for Indiana Jones. I'll scan in my thing at 9 o'clock, and then I can go ahead and book another one for like Space Mountain at 10 o'clock. Then you go to Space Mountain. By the time you ride Indiana Jones and get off of it and walk over there, it's gonna be about 10 o'clock. So then you scan it in, and then you can go ahead, you're already eligible to like book another one. So basically you can constantly book fast passes throughout the whole entire day, and it's really, you save a lot of time from not having to walk over there, but also it's not like the physical machines that will eventually run out throughout the day. Like sometimes at 4 o'clock, the big rides will already be done, like there's no more fast passes left. So now I'm gonna talk about the beaches. Huntington is really nice. It's I think it's like 30 minutes from LA. I can't remember exactly. Huntington is probably one of my very favorite beaches, probably one of my very favorite places in LA. I guess it's not, Huntington's kind of separate from LA, but you know what I mean. So I really like their bike rentals. If you go like on the beach, you can rent like the double bikes with the umbrellas, like the Surreys, which was really fun. I remember we did that like our first time out there, and my sister and I just had a blast on them. They're so fun. But there's also this really fun, really nice new shopping center. They have a brand new Melville, finally. But yeah, there's like ice cream and restaurants and tons of shopping. I like Huntington because it's a lot more chill than Santa Monica. Santa Monica is just packed. It's packed with people. It's ridiculous. Huntington, on the other hand, is just really chill. It's not as crowded. It's probably, if you want to have a beach day, Huntington's probably like my favorite place, like if where we go to have like just a chill beach day. Like I said, if there's some people in your family that are more into shopping, like I said, there's a shopping center there. So Huntington is definitely like a place that you have to hit up. There's also a really nice paddleboarding place. I don't know what the name of it is, so I'm gonna like type it here or put it in the description. It's not in the ocean like with the waves. It's not as like intimidating if you're not a good swimmer like me. It's like in a bay area, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but it literally looks like Venice, Italy. Like there's all these houses and like the back of them is like the water. I'll like insert a picture because I'm like terrible at describing things, but it's just really beautiful, and you can like paddleboard, and it's just like the back of people's little houses, and it's just really fun. I don't really like water or water sports or anything athletic, but I love paddleboarding. So next up is Point Dume, also a really, really good beach place. There's not as much like entertainment there like there is in Huntington. I feel like Huntington there's a lot more to do. But Point Dume is like that beautiful beach with like cliffs surrounding it. Just really pretty. It's in Malibu, so if you're in Malibu, definitely go to Point Dume. But yeah, it is the most beautiful beach ever. Okay, next up is Hermosa. Really gorgeous sunsets. Maybe that was just kind of like a random day, but I just feel like it's just really pretty. And also, again, if you're a fan of La La Land, that's where City of Stars was filmed, on their pier. No, the light poles are not actually there. It was added in the movie, so it doesn't look quite the same in real life. But there's also the Lighthouse Cafe is on their pier. Well, not really on their pier, but like, you know, it's within the Hermosa Beach area, which is where me and Sebastian went on like their first dates. I really liked Hermosa. It was just also really chill. It was the opposite of Santa Monica, just like really, really chill, not very crowded. Like I said, lots of good restaurants and just kind of people like hanging out. There's lots of cute like little like lights and palm trees, and it's just really beautiful. Next up, we're gonna go into the food, and I'm gonna go through these really, really, really fast because I have a lot of them. Okay, 208 Rodeo, really good breakfast place. If you're gonna be in Beverly Hills, it's a really, really good brunch place. Honestly, I feel like for being in Beverly Hills, the prices aren't even that outrageous. It's like $20, $25 a person, but you get eggs, bacon, I think toast, breakfast potatoes, coffee, and juice. I feel like that's actually really not a bad price. Sunlife Organics if you want like a smoothie bowl or an acai bowl. There's also another acai place, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Earth Cafe, you literally have to go to Earth Cafe if you're gonna be in LA. It's literally like the best place. They're all over the place. It's a little bit like on the healthier side. Like you get like a huge amount of like really dark lettuce with whatever you order, but it's really good. I really love Earth Cafe. Their Spanish latte is the best thing I've ever tasted in my entire existence, and they have really good smoothies, and their mac and cheese is specifically really good. So Earth Cafe, definitely gotta go there. Nobu is in Malibu. It's really nice. You might see a celebrity because it's very upscale. I know the Kardashians go, and I know Harry Styles has gone quite a few times. But yeah, it's really expensive, if I didn't already say that already. And I know for what it costs, you get a very, very small portion of food, but it's supposed to be like the best seafood in like the entire world. And it's right by the ocean, so you get like a nice little ocean view. So if you're looking for like a really, really nice kind of fancy place to go to, like a splurge, that would be a good place. Lemonade is amazing. They have one in Huntington. They also have one in Santa Monica, I think, as well, or like 3rd Street. But Lemonade is a really good lunch place. They've got lots of really good, like a huge variety of like sides and like pasta salads and macaroni and, you know, all kinds of good stuff and really good sandwiches. So Lemonade is a really good lunch place. I feel like you definitely have to go there. The Butcher's Daughter, I think it's a little bit more on the expensive side. I know there's one on Abbot Kinney that's really cute. It's like all wood with like tons of like little Christmas lights. Really cute. I think it's a good brunch place, and I don't know, I haven't been, but I know it's really good. Umami Burger, really good. It's in the Grove, so it's a good lunch place if you're in the Grove. I got like this huge burger with like a fried egg on top. So good, like literally so good. Everything about Umami, incredible. Duke's is a really good place. I think they have one in Huntington and Malibu, but I specifically like the one in Malibu because it's right by the ocean. It's really, really, really pretty, and their food is incredible. Like, I'm not a seafood person. They have other options other than seafood. Their fish and chips are really good. And I don't even like seafood, and I liked their fish and chips. They have this really good turkey panini sandwich that I got last time like every time I've ever been there, but their food is incredible, 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 incredible. Their wontons, great appetizer. But yeah, I literally love Duke. So if you're in Malibu and you want like a place to go that's got like an ocean view, a little bit nice but not like crazy expensive, Duke's is a really good way to go. Ruby's is at the end of the Huntington Pier. It's like an old-fashioned diner. It's really nice, super cute. Again, you can kind of see the ocean, and you know, who doesn't love a good burger, fry, and shake, you know? So definitely check out Ruby's. Cafe Havana. Okay, so Harry Styles, we're trying to meet Harry Styles. He goes to Cafe Havana a lot in Malibu. You've probably seen pictures. It's the restaurant he's always at with like the booths and the potted plants behind him. That's Cafe Havana, and he goes a lot. So if Harry Styles is in town when you're in LA, definitely go to Cafe Havana in Malibu because you never know. Next up, and we are almost done, is dessert. So milk, just milk is what it's called. It's near Beverly Hills, I think. It's really good. They have ice cream and cookie sandwiches, and it is incredible. Next up is Little Damage. It's the place with the black ice cream. You've probably seen it on Instagram. It's really aesthetic, and I mean, honestly, I feel like the ice cream was kind of like average. Next up, coffee and tea, and then we are done. I already mentioned Earth, Spanish latte, smoothie, boba teas. Carrera Cafe is on Melrose. It's literally right next to the pink wall, or like across from it. Honestly, their lattes were not the best I've had, but maybe I had them on a bad day because everybody else seems to like them. But they are the place where the lattes look like this. You can get anything printed on your latte, so come prepared with a picture in mind. But yeah, Carrera Cafe was really cute. Alfred's is on Melrose, and it's a really popular coffee and tea place. They are the place that came up with the first coffee, and then they also are really popular for their teas. They have a whole entire tea room, and it's like super cute. Last place is Dimitase. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but their coffee float is the best thing ever. Probably the best thing I've ever had in my life. And it's really close to Santa Monica and 3rd Street. It's a little bit on the like outskirts of it, but it's in walking distance. So I think that is everything. Sorry if this video was really long. I tried to make it short, but like all these places are so amazing. I could just go on about them forever. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this gave you guys some ideas if you're going to LA and you need some ideas of places to go. Like I said, these are kind of somewhat on the basic side, but a little bit outside of like the super basic, like Hollywood and Highland. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I love LA. If you guys have any questions like about restaurants or what I order or any other ideas of places to go, just DM me on Instagram. But let me know what videos you want to see in this series, in this vacation series, just in case there's something I missed. But I think I've got everything covered. I've got some really good videos coming, and I'm so excited. Make sure to thumbs up. Tune in next Friday to see next week's video. It may or may not be fashion related. Make sure to turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, because I'm gonna be going to LA this summer and I'm gonna be posting a ton. So if you are interested, check out my vlogs from last time I went to LA if you wanna see all of these places in action. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.